Sold. And today's video is going to be another sit down video, surprise surprise, but it's going to be about the Air Force BMT. Like, obviously because my husband's in the Air Force, it has to be like more geared towards that because that's all I really know. Add input that like other like branches, like the wives of them, like they can kind of relate to this video too. Basically what I'm saying is I get quite a few messages, like whether it's like my friends or just like people who have like found my social media, and they like ask like my significant others thinking about joining, or like thinking about joining after they go to, or after we like graduate, or, and they just want to know like, will I be able to survive? Like they just kind of want like more like inside and like more like tips and advice. And so that's kind of like what I want this video to be about. So I'm going to give like my experience with my husband's like Air Force BMT, which stands for Basic Military Training. And may I add, he left for BMT August 30th of 2016, so it will almost be 3 years ago. So if I like forget stuff, mess it up, please do not come at me, okay? I'm just trying to help you out. But anyway, so the Air Force BMT is in Lackland Air Force Base, which is in Texas, and I believe it's like 7.5 weeks long, because he left on a Wednesday. And so let's just kind of, okay, I'm just gonna kind of give what like I remember and just like about it at first, and then I'll give like some advice and tips. So he left, like I said, August 30th 2016. He left on a Wednesday, so I took him to the airport and I was able to like sit with him for a little bit, but then he left from there. And then sometimes they can have multiple flights, but he only had one, I believe. And then like a bus picks them up, and I believe he got to call me on the bus. But may I add, like it was kind of like crazy because there's like a bunch of other like people, and I mean obviously they're all like anxious and probably pretty nervous because that's like a whole new experience and what they've been used to. But I believe he got to call me on that, like on the bus, while they were taking them to like the base. But then again, I wasn't on this bus, so I don't really know where it went. But so yeah, that's the last time I got to talk to him, was that night. And then I'm sure they just like get them all prepared, like do all that. Like I said, like this is from like, I was his girlfriend at the time, so this is from like that standpoint. And so then the next time I got to talk to him was either a day after, like a couple days after. He called me with the address call, which usually will be a couple days after they arrive. And so when you get that call, like you want to make sure you have like writing utensils, or if you're gonna like type it in like the notes or something, you just want to be prepared because it's a very like quick call. Because I'm pretty sure like I said, don't call me on this stuff, but I'm pretty sure like they had like a scripted thing that they had to say because it was like supposed to be so snappy. And so we like hardly even got to like speak then. It was like 3 minutes. Like he told me his address, I wrote it down, and then that was that. And then I did not talk to him again after that for a while. But obviously so here's like advice, I guess. So I started writing like probably like the night like he left, or maybe that like next day. And what I would do, so I was a senior in high school at the time, and I would literally just like have a piece of paper and I would just like write throughout my day, kind of like he was just like there with me. So I'd be like whatever his name is, and then like I'm in this class and like this happened and this happened. So I kind of just like go throughout my day and just like write about it, just like I said, like he was kind of like there with me. And I wrote him like every single day, sometimes like 2 or 3 times. So I'm pretty sure he told me like they're like, dang buddy, you have like a fan club, because I wrote a lot. And I mean, it's like fine, like if you're like if it helps you, then do it. Like, it did help me, but I'm not gonna lie, like, eventually when I had like 2 weeks or so left, like, you kind of get to a point where it's just like, it's not like easier at all, because obviously you still miss them, but it's just like you're like getting, like, your heart's just like getting used to it, which isn't like a bad thing, because you have to like adapt or whatever. And so I think like when I had like 2 or 3 weeks left, I kind of like stopped like writing, which may sound bad, but I just like stopped writing as much. But yeah, so I just kind of like wrote throughout my day. Make sure the like envelopes are plain, because you don't want them to like stand out. But then again, I'm pretty sure like things have like changed, I don't know, but this is just like back when he was in, like I said. But I just use like plain like white envelopes, like notebook paper. Like, I didn't want to like do any crazy stuff, because I didn't want him to like stand out, besides me writing him like 3 times a day. But it's fine. And make sure you don't like put anything in there that you don't want everyone else to see. Because yeah, that could be like embarrassing for your like significant other. And phone call wise, oh, when did I receive my first letter from him? One like piece of advice I can give you for that is like, every day you go home to the mailbox, like, don't expect anything, because then it's like, it happens when you don't expect it. Because like every single day, like, or I would be like on those, you can also join a flight group like on Facebook, and like I'm still in it, and like they post like once a year now or whatever. But so you can join that, like your husband or your significant other's like flight group, so you'll be with like other wives in that flight, or like other like moms or like family members. But so yeah, you can join that. But like I said, so I would like see like in other like Air Force groups or whatever, I would like see like wives like getting letters, and so I would like go home and be like, okay, like this is it, and then it wasn't. And so like to help you from like not getting let down, I would just like not expect anything. Like if someone else gets a letter, I mean, it honestly, like my husband said, like the writing time like depends like on how the whole flight is. And so at first, like I don't think he had like a lot of writing time, and once I think his like letter even like got sent back to him, because he like sent, like he did like the wrong address or something, but it like got sent back to him. So there's like a bunch of stuff. And so I know, trust me, like it can be so stressful, because I remember like at first I didn't get a letter, and I was like, oh my gosh, like your mind can go like a million different ways like at that point, because you're just like so stressed, and you just miss your significant other, especially like if you haven't done distance before. So it can be like super hard, but just like keep reminding yourself, like it's not easy for them either, like it's just not. But I think I got my first letter from him around week 3, and I think I got like 3 or 4 at one time. So remember, like they can get like backed up. Like I think he wrote like a week or so, but then like I said, I didn't get like 3 of them until like week 3. And so week 0 is like the day they get there, and then until Sunday I think, and then like week 1 finally starts. And like I said, there's like different weeks or whatever. And so if you like look up like on YouTube like week 3 of Air Force BMT, I think it'll like show you. And then there's like a beast week where they can't like write at all. I think they still get our letters, but I just think they can't like write. And then like I said, like after you have their graduation, I think his was like October 20th. After you have their graduation, so they have a coin ceremony on Thursday, and then graduation's on Friday. Yeah, and then Saturday they'll usually get like a town pass, and Sunday, depending on their flight, they may get a town pass, which just means you can leave base. And then so Sunday you have to like say goodbye or whatever, and then that following week they have Airman's Week, but they still don't have their phone then. And my husband actually, he tried to call me during that week, but it was like crazy, and like the service was horrible. Like I remember I was in Colorado and he called me, and I was just like, hello, like I can't hear you. But then I think he like was able to go to the library, and he like sent me a message through like Google or something, so that was really cute. But so just so yeah, I just remember him saying like the lines were super like long, and so, but they don't get their phones back until, like I said, like after that Airman's Week, which is a week after like you leave. And then so they get their phones back like when they're headed to like wherever like their tech school or whatever is. And my husband actually stayed there like in Texas, and so he got his back sometime that morning. Like sometimes they get them like before they get on the bus, sometimes they like will get them after. And I know he couldn't talk to me even like after he got it back because they had a bunch of like briefings and meetings. And so, but yeah, really, so like I said, I get a question like, how did you survive it? So like I said, I just wrote to him like throughout my day, so it's like he was there. And honestly, I just kept super busy. Like I babysat like in the mornings before school, I had school, and then I worked until like 10:30, 11 every single night. So I stayed super busy. I like had like friends that would like keep me company and stuff. I had like some great friends, and so I really just kept busy, because the stinky parts for me was like in the morning time when you just like wake up and you're like, oh my goodness, like I don't know, the mornings were just super, like they were the toughest part. But like it flies by. It really does, I promise. And if you have any other questions, please ask me, because I feel like I didn't really touch a lot, but I hope this kind of helps you. But really, the military is like, it's been like a blessing for our family. It is super like, it's like secure. Like it provides like stability for our family. Like we usually know that like my husband will get like a paycheck. Like it's obviously not like, I don't know. It's just been like super secure. Like we have like base housing, which isn't the greatest, but then again, it's probably better than most like 20-year-olds have. And so that's like super nice. Like I can stay home with my daughter. Like they provide enough for that. I mean, no, we do not make a lot of money, but like I said, stability, security, the benefits. Like I had my daughter, she was like birth, I was 100% covered. And yeah, there will be hard parts. Like I'm sure my husband as of now wants to make this a career, and so I'm sure like there will be deployments along the way. I know sometimes they have to do like a tour like overseas for like up to a year, so I know there will be like difficult times. So I'm just super thankful for like my friends. My daughter and I will always like have each other to kind of like lean on, since we'll be like going through it. But really blessed us, like we're able to travel and kind of like explore the world, which is like super nice, because once again we're like 20. And no, sometimes you don't get the best bases, but I feel like it's like what you make of it. Needless to say, if your significant other is thinking about joining, just know that you have like a whole like community of like wives, girlfriends, fiancés, like just waiting there to like support you, help you through it. Sometimes like all I think about is like, oh my gosh, the day he deploys, like what am I gonna do? Like what are my daughter and I gonna do? But then it's like, it makes you stronger. Like true is what you make of it. And so yeah, if your significant other is thinking of joining, do not like be, which is hard, obviously, easier said than done, but like just don't like don't be like scared. Like sometimes like my husband will literally say, he's just like, this is literally just like a normal job, I just have to wear this uniform. And he like sometimes go away, but which I know is like, oh my goodness. But really, I feel like the security and the stability has been amazing. Huge blessings for my family and I. And so yeah, and if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to message me, and I promise I will write you back. Sometimes I can be bad, but I promise I will, because I hope I like answered some in here. But yeah, so just know like you are strong enough. It will make you stronger as a person, like as an individual and as a couple. And so, and obviously like you really truly want to keep like God in the center. You want to have like super good friends, like genuine friends that you can lean on, and I promise you will be okay. I know it can be really hard, but I promise. And so like I said, if you have any questions, please message me, and I will get back with you the best I can. Have a great day.